With that, I'd like to ask my friend from California, Mr. Denham, who serves on the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, Natural Resources, also served this great country in the Air Force for 16 years, fought in Operation Desert Storm in Iraq, Operation Restore Hope in Somalia. We welcome you and we thank you for your comments tonight, Mr. Denham.
Thank you, Mr. Hill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today to honor Senator John McCain, a family man, a war hero, United States Senator, and a very, very close friend. John was a one-of-a-kind, a man with an undeniable spirit and an incredible gift to work alongside people of different beliefs and backgrounds for the good of all people. As a veteran, I recognize John's service went above and beyond the call of duty. McCain was not a kind of man to put his brothers in arms at risk to save his own skin. Even as a POW, he put country first. His patriotism was inspiring. It was so inspiring that as a young airman at the time, I was going to junior college at Victor Valley College, became the student body president, and the first time they sent somebody to Washington, D.C. was me. It was my first trip to Washington, D.C. And I actually got to meet the man that I had only read about and really got to know him, know John and his real character. It was an honor to be with him in the 2000 campaign and again in the 2008 campaign. In 2008, we spent a lot of time traveling together throughout the West Coast, even with spending some time in my district in Modesto, California. Sonia and I were lucky enough to witness John at his happiest on his ranch in Sedona, working the grill, surrounding the family. To see the joy in the man's face, just flipping shrimp and burgers and being around family in a very serene, beautiful spot. John never lost sight of what truly mattered. He was willing to take on great risk in his political career as he did in his military one. Not because it was convenient or because it would benefit him, but because he knew it was the right thing to do. John and I worked together to create a bipartisan fix for our broken immigration system. Together we drafted the Uniting and Securing America Act, the USA Act, as he introduced in the Senate. One that would provide a compromise that would give children who are brought here through no fault of their own and deserve an opportunity in this great country. He and I had sat down initially in 2010 when I was first elected to Congress to talk about my idea on the Enlist Act and talk about how you could show the ultimate act of patriotism and allow these kids in our high schools to be able to serve in the military. Together we made sure our country had a serious discussion about real immigration reform for the first time in over 20 years. Here in the U.S. House of Representatives and across the country, we must not lose sight of the vision John had for this nation. His America was one defined by bipartisanship, optimism, and hope. Looking forward to a brighter tomorrow where our nation can come together as one, and I too believe in that vision. I will be forever grateful to John for making me part of his incredible journey, and I pray that the example he set will serve as an inspiration for this Congress, for our nation, and for generations to come. Mr. Hill, thank you very much for yielding me some time tonight, and thank you very much for honoring our great friend.
I thank my friend from California. Appreciate your personal testimony about John's service and your friendship, and thank you again for your service to our country, not only in the People's House, but in the U.S. Air Force.